Home Affairs is using technology to streamline its services. A few weeks ago, the department announced the planned launch of an online renewal system. It's meant to really relieve, and it's supposed to be a relief for asylum seekers who have historically faced uphill battles just trying to get their documents sorted. But refugee reception centers have remained closed throughout the lockdown. So how long before this online system gets the green light? Backlogs are not a new problem, and civil society organizations are skeptical that things will ever improve. Let's now chat to Namuma Mulindi from the Sonke Gender Justice. Thank you so much for your time, Namuma, on eNCA this afternoon. What's the status of just refugees generally in the country, whether you look at the assistance that they're trying to get from Home Affairs and just where they're located, like those in the city of Cape Town?
So right now, as it stands, we're in a situation where the backlog that was there, that existed previously, has been further compounded by the lockdown. So prior to the lockdown, there was already an issue of a lot of asylum seekers and refugees being in difficult positions because permits are not being renewed on time. They are standing in queues for long hours. And after that, being told things like, we're only attending to 20 permits per day, or you're given a slip or your document is stamped and you're told to come back another day. So there was already all this backlog. It has just been made worse with the lockdown, where now basically even if you had a valid permit, your permit is now invalid, but there's a blanket extension. So now the situations that they're facing is the healthcare problems that they had before have compounded now with the lockdown, where they had issues, for instance, with you want to open a bank account. It has become even more difficult now. Like in Cape Town, for instance, we talked to a number of asylum seekers and refugees who were having problems with something as basic as getting accommodation because the landlord can't offer you a lease if you don't have a valid permit. So the situation is dire.
Yeah, and I remember, I think a month ago or so, we had the United Nations paying about $9.6 million to help clear the backlog. How confident are you that that will help in resolving some of the issues at Home Affairs?
Oh, that's a tricky one. That's a tricky one because Home Affairs is not quick to be forthcoming with the concrete plans. It has taken a while to actually, back them into a corner to say, we want something concrete about how you're going to go about this. Latest discussions are about starting up an online system to clear up the backlog. But again, we are saying, okay, what is the concrete plan to go about this? It's one thing to just say, this is what we are looking at. And as at now, the minister has promised to give us something in writing, like a sort of a directive or an explanatory, a communique, basically detailing how this online will roll out. So we're grateful and we applaud the UNHCR in giving that sort of financial support. But now it's the implementation. So far, Home Affairs has not given us much hope or courage or faith in their capacity.
Yeah, look, let's hope things are going to be changing very soon. Namuma Mulindi from Sonke Gender Justice, thank you so much for your time on eNCA this afternoon.